Hello everyone, Cobra Productions here with another video. This is actually the third one I've recorded today, and this is the Lego Razorcrest, sort of. So, why I say sort of is, you can get all of this, minus a few things. So, I'm going to do a review, kind of. Again, this is not really a review because you don't get all this in the set. You get the ship, and then I've added some greebling. I've made, if I were Lego, I would included, what's her name? Cara Dune in the set. Yeah, so it's kind of customized, but not really. And I'll start talking about the set. So this is really just gonna be an overview of what you get, what you don't get, what I wish they did, and should you buy. Now, I was requested by a fan to make this video, so your comments do matter. It's not like I don't look at them. If you comment, give it a week or two, I'll have seen it and I'll have responded or taken note. So we'll start off with the minifigs. In the set, you get the good old Baby Yoda. Currently the only way you can get it besides that new set coming out, which I'll probably pick up. I'll do a review on that as soon as I get it. Pretty nice character. Let it focus. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I do wish that it looked a little bit more proportional, because that head is so huge. It's like the head is the size of an engine. Like, okay, yeah, so that's Baby Yoda. Pretty cool. IG-11, or as I like to call IG-15. Now his head just fell off, so that's actually become kind of a problem. His head I'll just show you separately for now. It's a pretty nice print. Focus. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, he's just a droid, so carries a droid body. Now, yeah, I'm fine with it. It's a little bit fragile, like the head just popped off, barely, but yeah. Mandalorian. Like the weapon and all. I wish they included some more gadgets, because that's his whole deal. But he's fine. I wish they had Beskar armor on him in this set, but having it in the $30 set is also fine. You got Grief Karga, who comes in the set. He has 2 pistols, but like they're in the ship, so. And then you got a Scout Trooper in the set, but that's all the minifigs in the set. So if I was Lego, I would not have done the Scout Trooper. I would just included Cara Dune and Queel. I don't have any Ugnaught, so I can't really make a Queel, but here's Cara Dune just from the other set. So yeah, that's it for the minifigures. Now let's look at the actual build. So, as a Lego set, it's pretty good. It has structurally sturdy build. So yeah, structurally sound, has good play features, like, spring-loaded shooters. The only problem I have with this in particular, you load them, but when you have them unloaded, like me, it has this weird gap. You get 2 of those. Now, those are fun for play. Aside from the tremendous interior space, the cockpit, all of the it's pretty much hollow inside. Besides a little bit of structure down here and a little bit back here. You got the escape pod, which is kind of cool. I mean, it looks like one. We haven't actually seen it used, but we know there's things like this in Star Wars. So you can pop a guy in there. So let's just look at what I modded in here. So the chairs are more brown than red in the show, so I put a brown chair and I added some controls. So I thought that looked pretty cool. And now there's more open space back here. So yeah, that's what that is. Then in here, lower this down, there's a bedroom. Nothing modded in here. There's a little space for storage I found. It's pretty useful. Let me just flip it around. It's really crowded on my table here, so bear with me. Some weapon storage. I just keep the extra shots in here. I'll actually just leave those out. Those are kind of useless right now. These cannons are pretty cool designs. I wish this was a black Technic piece, but that's really not going to affect your experience with the set. Really, I think this is definitely for you if you like The Mandalorian and like Legos. If you don't like one or the other, I think you have to like The Mandalorian to get this. Because when you get this, I've heard people talk about modding it into a sort of gunship thing. I understand this, and I thought I was going to do that too. But when you get this, it's just like, you should probably just leave it as the Mandalorian thing. It's one of those things where it's too cool and good to... I think even the stickers work here. Like, I don't know. The gunship idea was pretty cool. And you can use it a gunship even with the Mandalorian stuff on it. Like, you know, if you watch my last video on... Well, I don't know if it'll be my last, but a previous video on my Rebel Base outpost sort of thing, I talk about how you can make your own stories and stuff. Just, you know, an example of that is this. Like, Mandalorian could be a rebel officer or something. Anyways, on both sides you have a loading ramp. You can't really put anyone on it, but you can pretend they walk up. And that's just really funny thing. Like, you walk up into the prestigious ship, and there's just a hole. There's just a random hole right there. I mean, like, is that not child safety issues? Because Baby Yoda can fall in that hole. He's just back here right now. Baby Yoda could fall out the ship through that hole. I just kind of find it funny. I don't know about you all, but it's just a super powerful force-wielding creature can just fall through a random hole in the bottom of a ship. Is that not a little bit concerning? Whatever. Yeah, so that works. Now this all folds down, and there's a huge cargo bay. And there's also some carbonite in here. Not like you're gonna actually use that for really much of anything, but it's good that you have this space so you can store troops and stuff. Or, you know, I think this is a little bit plain. I would have preferred for like some weapons racks, or maybe the Vector tube, or, you know, the bathroom sort of thing. But, you know, that's great. They finally give you enough space to actually put the minifigs. See? It works. And that goes down on both sides. This side's the more accessible of the two. Where'd Baby Yoda go? I think I just lost Baby Yoda. Oh, well. How Baby Yoda dies in The Mandalorian. The random kid playing with his Legos loses it. Yeah, so the landing gear are custom. You get this piece in the set to use as landing gear, but... And I just moved it down a few bricks, so, you know, semi-custom, I guess? I don't know. I don't know what we want to call that. Yeah, 1 second. And with this, you can just lower this ramp and have troops on board. And, yeah, I think this is cool. I like the ratcheted joints instead of a regular hinge, because I think it would fall down too easily with a regular hinge, and even if it didn't, I think you would actually... It wouldn't feel as... I think it actually feels less smooth, because when you're wiggling this, you only have a few places where it can go, while if you're doing the other thing, you can make it look like this, and that's just, I'm actually fine with this decision, but that's not going to affect your play. Again, mostly play. I don't know how many people want to look at a big gray blob with orange on the ends, so, you know, display-wise, if you're a Star Wars fan, it's fine, but just in general, it's fine. It's not great as a display set. You're getting this to play with. And I'll talk about the price in a few minutes. Nothing on the underside. Not like that's a big deal. The engines are fine. They're just repetitive, and they take at least 30 minutes to build both of them. So that's probably one of the worst parts of the set, is the engines take forever to build and are kind of obnoxious, but whatever. I already showed you the cockpit. That's pretty much it for what you get. I mean, I wish they had a side build, like a speeder or some sort. I don't know. Just some nods to the set. Now, where this set falls short is the minifigs. I wish they had Beskar. Each individual minifig could use some improvements. Just how it is. I mean, the Scout Trooper's fine, but do we really want a Scout Trooper? If you give us a Scout Trooper, at least give us Queel and or Cara Dune or some other character, right? Or maybe give us a Blurg. You know, there are Blurgs on board the Razorcrest. And better yet, make a good mold for the Blurg and we'll forgive you for all the other mistakes. $130 is way too high for this, in general. I got this for 70, so I feel happier. But even with 70, you know, obviously 70 is worth it. And I think 130 is worth the piece count. And don't get me wrong, it's a high piece count. Like, it's a high piece count and a high part per piece. But they're big pieces. Like, this is a huge, expensive piece. This is a big, molded piece. And there's still a lot of them. And this is printed, so that's pretty good. And there's good new minifigs. Not great minifigs, but new minifigs. So it adds up in Lego sense, but it is just a small freighter in Star Wars, and it costs nearly the same price as a Star Destroyer in Lego. So I would prefer this at 100, truthfully, but if the ITS transport was already 100, I think 120 would be the price to go, so it matches up with the just recently retired Slave one. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you all found this at all helpful in your decisions for what you want to do, collect this or not. That's your choice. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's one. I hope you all enjoyed. Like and subscribe, share if you want. See you in the next one. Goodbye.